This week on General Hospital, Port Charles was anything but calm. As the holiday season approached, tensions rose, long-buried secrets resurfaced, and several characters found themselves facing consequences they could no longer avoid. What should have been a time of celebration quickly turned into a week filled with confrontation, emotional fallout, and looming danger. From the start of the week, it was clear that unresolved issues were ready to explode. Conversations that began with restraint quickly escalated into intense confrontations, as trust continued to erode between characters who once relied on each other. The weight of past decisions hung heavily over multiple storylines, reminding viewers that in Port Charles, the truth always finds a way to surface. Shifting alliances played a major role throughout the week. Characters who were once firmly on opposite sides appeared willing to set aside old grudges, while others quietly worked behind the scenes to protect their own interests. These uneasy partnerships raised questions about who can truly be trusted, especially as personal motives became harder to hide. Emotionally, the week delivered powerful moments. Several characters struggled with guilt and fear as their secrets threatened to affect the people closest to them. Private doubts turned into public reckonings, and more than one relationship was pushed to its breaking point. The emotional stakes felt higher than ever, particularly as the pressure continued to build with no easy way out. As the week came to a close, General Hospital delivered multiple cliffhangers that left viewers on edge. A tense exchange hinted that a major revelation could be imminent, while another storyline ended with a decision that may have lasting consequences. With so many questions left unanswered, it is clear that Port Charles is heading toward a dramatic turning point. With the holidays serving as a backdrop, the contrast between celebration and chaos was impossible to ignore. Smiles masked secrets, reunions carried unspoken tension, and the sense that something major is about to happen grew stronger with each passing episode. Now it is your turn to weigh in. What moment stood out to you the most this week? Which secret do you think is closest to being exposed? And which storyline do you believe will have the biggest impact moving forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this General Hospital weekly recap, please take a moment to like the video. Be sure to share it with other General Hospital fans, and subscribe to the channel for more weekly recaps, updates, and discussions. Turn on notifications so you never miss what is happening next in Port Charles. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with more General Hospital drama. Port Charles is holding its breath, because the truth is no longer whispering, it's circling, waiting to strike. Willow's trial remains dangerously uncertain, and with every passing moment, the weight of what's at stake grows heavier. The courtroom may be silent at times, but behind closed doors, secrets are screaming. Testimonies twist, memories blur, and motives shift like sand. Justice feels less like a destination and more like a gamble, and as powerful forces maneuver behind the scenes, one wrong move could destroy lives forever. In this trial, innocence isn't enough, survival is the real verdict. While the courtroom drama unfolds, another storm is brewing across town. Britt and Brad are now facing the full fallout of their arrest, and the consequences are far from over. What once seemed like a reckless mistake has turned into a chain reaction with no off switch. Whispers grow louder, accusations fly, trust evaporates. Every relationship they touch feels strained, and the question looming over them isn't just how they'll recover, but whether they ever truly will. In Port Charles, scandals don't fade quietly, they multiply. But perhaps the most dangerous game of all is happening in the shadows. Carly has made her move, and Jack is firmly in her crosshairs. Fueled by betrayal and armed with hard-earned instincts, Carly is done being manipulated. This isn't emotional chaos, this is strategy. And with Valentine stepping into the mix, an alliance forms that no one saw coming. Together, they blur the line between vengeance and justice, proving that when power meets desperation, the fallout can be explosive. Every calculated step brings them closer to exposing the truth, or igniting a war that could consume them all. And just when Port Charles thinks it's seen every possible twist, Tracy returns, and the air instantly changes. Her presence alone reopens old wounds, unsettles fragile alliances, and reminds everyone that history never stays buried for long. Conversations grow tense, loyalties are questioned, old rivalries resurface with renewed intensity. Tracy doesn't need to raise her voice to command attention. Her return is the kind of shockwave that shifts the entire landscape. Across the city, emotions are fraying. Secrets are cracking. Trust is becoming a luxury no one can afford. Allies may become enemies overnight, and enemies may strike when least expected. In Port Charles, timing is everything, and the clock is ticking. Because this isn't just another chapter. This is the moment when truth, power, and betrayal collide. And when the dust finally settles, nothing, and no one, will be the same. Portia's shocking courtroom confession sends ripples through every corner of her life, threatening to shatter the fragile bonds she has fought to protect. By admitting she falsified lab results and revealing her affair with Isaiah, Portia doesn't just risk legal and professional consequences, she devastates her relationship with Trina, who is left questioning everything she believed about her mother's integrity. For Curtis, the pain cuts even deeper. His direct question about the baby's paternity, and Portia's refusal to deny it, opens the door to heartbreak, doubt, and a future filled with unanswered questions. What once felt like a united family now teeters on the edge, fractured by secrets and betrayal. Meanwhile, Dante's explosive accusation against Chase ignites a firestorm that could derail the entire investigation. Allegations of deleted evidence cast a long shadow over the case, threatening to undermine the credibility of law enforcement and hand the defense exactly what it needs to create doubt. As tensions rise and loyalties are tested, the truth in Port Charles becomes more dangerous than any lie, and the fallout from this moment may change lives long after the verdict is read. Christmas in Port Charles unfolded with layered emotion and quiet intensity, as General Hospital delivered an episode filled with healing, reckoning, and looming danger. The heart of the hour centered on Valentine and Charlotte, whose long-awaited reunion, carefully orchestrated by Carly, allowed father and daughter to finally share a tender Christmas moment after so much loss and separation. For Valentine, the reunion was more than emotional, it reignited his purpose and reinforced just how much he stands to lose if his enemies strike again. Hope also arrived for Britt, who received the long-overdue news that her medical license had been reinstated. Surrounded by Lucas and Elizabeth, Britt's joy felt hard-earned, especially as ominous hints suggest Jack may still have her in his sights. The timing raises the stakes. Just as Britt's life begins to stabilize, unseen threats threaten to pull the rug out from under her once more. Family tensions softened elsewhere as Rocco and Dante inched toward reconciliation. Encouraged by Gio's wisdom and Charlotte's gentle push, Rocco began to consider forgiveness, though the wounds between father and son remained deep. Their progress was tentative but meaningful, signaling that healing may be possible if both are willing to face the pain head-on. Trina continued her path of accountability, offering heartfelt apologies to Jordan and Curtis. Her willingness to own her mistakes marked real personal growth and suggested a renewed commitment to repairing the damage left behind by past choices. Meanwhile, Carly's behind-the-scenes maneuvering revealed a strategic alliance forming with Valentine, aimed squarely at Jack. With Jack's cryptic talk of pulling the trigger, danger hangs heavily in the air, leaving viewers to wonder who will be caught in the crossfire. As Portia quietly packed up her office, her uncertain future loomed as one of the episode's most sobering notes. With trust broken and consequences closing in, her next chapter remains unclear. In classic General Hospital fashion, the episode blended warmth with suspense, proving that even in moments of celebration, Port Charles is never far from its next storm. Christmas in Port Charles unfolded with layered emotion and quiet intensity, as General Hospital delivered an episode filled with healing, reckoning, and looming danger. The heart of the hour centered on Valentine and Charlotte, whose long-awaited reunion in Port Charles isn't orchestrated by Carly. It's wrapped in father and daughter to finally share a tender Christmas moment after so much loss and separation. That hangs in the air long after the decorations are up and the smiles are emotional. It reignited his purpose and reinforced just how much he stands to lose if his enemies strike again. Every question, also every hesitation, every look exchanged across the courtroom that her medical license had been reinstated. It's being surrounded by Lucas and Elizabeth. Someone knows more than they're saying, and the longer it's held back, the more dangerous it becomes. Jack may still have her in his sights. Portia's secret continues to press against the scenes of her life. Just
It's
as
not
Brit's
just
life
about
begins
guilt
to
anymore.
stabilize,
It's about
unseen
timing.
threats threaten
Curtis
to pull the
doesn't
rug
need
out from under
confirmation
her
yet.
once more.
Instinct is doing the work
Family
for him.
tensions softened
The
elsewhere
distance
as Rocco
between what
and
he
Dante
knows and what he
inched
can
toward
prove is
reconciliation.
shrinking.
And when
Encouraged
that
by
finally
Gio's
closes,
wisdom and
it
Charlotte's
won't just
gentle
fracture
push,
a marriage.
Rocco
It
began
will
to
ripple
consider
through
forgiveness,
families,
friendship,
though the wounds
and
between
loyalty.
father and son remain
This
deep.
isn't a reveal meant to
Their
explode
progress
in one
was
moment.
tentative but
It's
meaningful,
designed to linger,
signaling that
changing
healing
how
may be
people see
possible
each
if
other
both
long
are willing
after
to
the
face
words
the
are
pain
spoken.
head-on.
The missing
Trina
evidence
continued her
remains
path
the
of accountability,
quietest thread of all.
offering
Its
heartfelt
absence is
apologies
louder
to
than its
Jordan and
presence ever
Curtis.
was.
Her
Inside the
willingness
peace
to
own
own
her
her
mistakes,
mistakes
trust
marked
is
real
eroding
personal
from the
growth
inside
and
out.
suggested a renewed commitment
Dante
to
and
repairing
Chase
the
aren't
damage
just
left
questioning
behind by
actions,
past
they're
choices.
questioning character.
Meanwhile,
Once that
Carly's
line is
behind-the-scenes
crossed, it's hard to
maneuvering
come back
revealed a
from.
strategic alliance
Even if
forming
the
with
evidence
Valentine,
resurfaces,
aimed
the
squarely at
damage
Jack.
may already be done.
With Jack's
leaving
cryptic
scars
talk
that don't
of
heal with
pulling the
apologies.
triggers.
Danger hangs
And
heavily
above
in
it
the
all
air,
stands
leaving
Tracy
viewers to
Quartermain,
wonder who will be
observant and
caught in the
unmoved,
crossfire.
watching the board as the
Portia
game has
quietly
already been
packed up
decided.
her office.
Her
Her warning
uncertain
wasn't
future
fear,
loomed as one
it
of
was
the
foresight.
episode's most
She
sobering
understands
notes.
that when
With
secrets
trust
collide,
broken and
power
consequences
shifts.
closing
Alliances
in, her next
realign.
chapter
People
remains
don't
unclear.
just lose cases,
In
they lose
classic
control.
General Hospital
This
fashion,
Christmas won't
the
be
episode
remembered for
blended
joy or
warmth with
forgiveness.
suspense.
It will be
Proving that
remembered
even
as
in
the
moments
moment
of
everything
celebration,
quietly changed.
Port Charles is
no
never far from
explosions,
its next
no
storm.
instant resolutions, just truths that settle in and linger across Port Charles. Christmas Day in Port Charles isn't wrapped in peace this year, it's wrapped in silence, tension, and unfinished truths. The kind of quiet that hangs in the
Friday's
air long
episode
after
of
the
General
decorations
Hospital
are up
delivered
and the
a
smiles
powerful
are
mix
forced.
of heartbreak,
Willow's
tension,
trial
and quiet
feels
hope,
less like a legal
reminding
battle
viewers
now
why
and more
Port
like a
Charles
slow
drama
burn
always
countdown.
hits deeper during the
Every
holidays.
question, every
Tracy
hesitation,
Quartermain
every
felt
look
the absence
exchanged
of
across
Monica
the
in every
courtroom
corner of the
suggests
house.
that the truth
A
isn't
loss
missing.
that couldn't be
It's
masked
being
by
managed.
tradition or celebration.
Someone knows more than
Even
they're saying,
surrounded by
and the
family,
longer it's held
the grief
back, the
lingered,
more dangerous
making
it
Christmas
becomes.
feel heavier than ever
Portia's
and reminding
secret
us
continues
just how
to
much
press
Monica's
against the
presence
seams of
shaped
her
the
life.
Quartermain legacy.
It's not just about guilt
Meanwhile,
anymore. It's
Willow
about
poured
timing.
her heart out to
Curtis
Drew,
doesn't need
hoping he might
confirmation
soften
yet.
his stance
Instinct
and
is doing the
reconsider
work
keeping
for him.
Scout away from her family.
The distance between what he knows and what he can
Drew
prove
doubles
is
down,
shrinking.
choosing
And when
the
that
terms
gap
of their
finally
agreement
closes,
over compassion.
it won't just fracture a
It was a
marriage.
defining
It will
moment
ripple
that
through
showed just how
family,
fractured
friendship,
their
and
relationship
loyalty.
has become.
And
This
how
isn't
far
a
Willow
Willow
may be willing to
explode
go
in
as the
one
pressure
moment.
of her trial
It's
continues
designed
to
to
linger,
mount.
changing how
Over
people
at
see each
Windermere,
other long
Jen
after the words
Sidwell's
are spoken.
soiree proved that no
The
party
missing
in Port
evidence
Charles
remains
is ever
the
just a
quietest
party.
thread of all.
Its
Its
absence
absence
is
is
louder
louder
than
than
its
battled for
presence ever
Sidwell's
was.
attention.
Inside
While
the
Jordan quietly
PCPD,
observed, trust is
clearly
eroding from
sensing
the
that
inside
Sidwell's
out.
growing power could
Dante
spell
and
serious
Chase
trouble
aren't
down
just
the line.
questioning actions,
They're
they're questioning
questioning
character.
but the tension
Once
was
that line is
unmistakable.
crossed,
Back
it's hard
with
to
the
come back
Quartermains.
from. Gio's violin
Even if the
performance
evidence
brought the room to a
resurfaces, the
standstill,
damage may
cutting
already
through
be done,
grief and
leaving
conflict with
scars
raw
that don't
emotion.
heal with apologies.
It was a rare moment
And
of
above
unity
it all
that left
stands
everyone in
Tracy
tears and
Quartermain,
reminded the
observant
family
and unmoved,
viewers
watching
what
the board
truly
as if
matters.
the game has already been
and
decided.
ending the episode on a hopeful
Her warning
note,
wasn't
Cody
fear,
and
it
Molly
was
made
foresight.
plans to ring in the
She
new year
understands
together,
that when
offering a
secrets
glimpse of
collide,
light
power
amid the
shifts.
chaos. Alliances
If you're feeling
realign.
this episode,
People don't just
drop your
lose
thoughts
cases,
below.
they lose
What
control.
moment hit you the
This
hardest?
Christmas won't be
Are you
remembered
Team
for
Willow
joy
or
or
Team Drew?
forgiveness.
Do you
It will be
trust
remembered
Sidwell,
as the
or is
moment
he trouble
everything
waiting to
quietly
explode?
changed. No
Like this
explosions,
recap,
no
comment
instant
your take,
resolutions.
share with
Just
fellow
truths
GH
that settle
fans,
in,
and
subscribe
linger
for
across
more
Port
daily drama
Charles.
from Port Charles.